Hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever been able to want to, do this? Then stick around. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the builds and everything you need to know so that you can become a true God of Thunder. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video over an exotic that got a huge change this season, and I feel like it's becoming one of the best Titan exotics in the game, and that's going to be Point Contact Cannon Brace. So what Bungie did to Point Contact Cannon Brace is that instead of just doing regular lightning damage with the exotic melee, the surrounding melee when you kill a target, you're going to be doing a Thunderclap melee that jolts targets and has increased damage on the lightning. And as you're amplified, it increases the damage of said lightning. This is such a huge change because not only are you going to be able to get kills faster because the exotic is doing more damage, but you're also going to be having synergy with your arc subclass when he uses Jolt. So today I'm going to be utilizing a build that utilizes a few fragments and a few aspects. So for one, we have Thruster, but you can use Towering Barricade, you can use Rally Barricade if you want. We have Strafe Jump, but again, you can use any jump you want. We have the Thunderclap melee itself. This is going to be key for this whole entire build, but also Pulse Grenades. Pulse Grenades are going to be another key factor because due to aspects of Fragments, we're going to be utilizing this to get our ability energies back. Also a couple of mods as well. So our first aspect we're going to be using is Knockout. Critically wounding a target or breaking their shields infuses your melee attack with arc energy and increases your melee range and damage for a short time. Defeating targets with arc melee starts health regeneration and makes you amplified. This is also very key to our build because when we don't have our melee, we're going to be having a melee that basically does increased damage and has increased range, but also makes us amplified on a melee kill, which again, when you're amplified, it increases your melee lightning damage whenever you have Thunderclap or basically Thunderclap active. So next, Touch of Thunder. Now we're using Touch of Thunder for our pulse grenades, saying creates ionic traces periodically as its damaging targets and increases the damage over time. Again, ionic traces help you get ability energies back, as is stated up top, a bolt of free arc energy that travels along the ground seeking towards the creator. When picked up, arc traces grant ability energy. That's going to be very key for helping getting our melees back. So next up, we have Spark of Magnitude. Your lingering arc grenades, lightning, pulse, or storm grenades have extended duration. This is going to help with this duration of the pulse grenade and making even more ionic traces. Next up, we have Spark of Ions. Defeating a jolted target creates an ionic trace. Remember how I said earlier that Point Contact Cannon Brace Lightning now jolts targets? Now that defeating those jolted targets are going to give us more ionic traces, which is going to give us more ability energy back. Next, we have Spark of Shock. Your arc grenades jolt targets. This is again another source of ionic traces from our grenades. We're now going to get double ionic traces because of this. Next up, we have Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. When you're using your Thunderclap melee, if you really want to charge it up to take down an enemy, you're going to need to be a little more tanky, otherwise you're going to get destroyed. So this is just so we can have a little extra survivability along with that. And if we look at our artifact mod this season, there's actually going to be a mod for Amplified. If I could just find it. Yeah, Amped Up. Gain damage resistance while amplified. This is going to get, when I have this unlocked, we're going to get even more damage resistance when we're having our arc build, when we're amplified for our Thunderclap melee. Now, going into weapons, you can use really any weapon, any arc weapon. I'm using the new exotic auto rifle this season, Centrifuge. And as you can see, the exotic trait is Overcharged Capacitor. Sprinting, sliding, and firing this weapon builds up a temporary electric static charge, increasing range and reload speed. Final blows with high charge causes explosions, and maximum charge causes blinded targets. So, with that, we have basically a slow firing Necrochasm from D1, from what I saw. It's basically just get charge, kill enemies, get a explosion, full charge, you blind enemies from the explosion and still kill them, which is honestly very useful. Now, getting into mods, we have a few mods. For one, for our helmet, we have, dang it, we have resilience mod, you know, just why not. We have harmonic siphon, which basically allows us to create ores of power with our arc weapons. We have two of them, and then we have ashes to assets, so we can get super energy based on grenade kills because we're going to be throwing our grenade a lot. For our arms, we have fastball, melee kickstart, momentum transfer. We have for our chest piece, we have resilience. We also have charged up, two charged up mods to build up, you know, more stacks of charged with light, or not charged with light, more armor charges. For our legs, we have stacks on stacks, so we can get 2 armor charges per ore pickup. We also have better already for health regen, you know, just a little more survivability, and invigoration, so we can build up our melees when we pick up an ore of power. And finally, for our class item, we are going to be using a mod called Outreach. Outreach grants reduced melee cooldown when we use our class ability. This again is going to lead to our melee buildup, melee energy being built up. So, the overall gameplay loop: use your thunderclap melee, kill either a big single target or kill several other targets around you with your jolted lightning, get an ionic trace to build up energy. And thanks to melee kickstart, you're going to get energy back whenever you have, you know, armor charges, due to the fact you have arc siphon with our arc weapons. We have arc grenades doing a lot of work getting ores of power, and we also have ionic traces being made from our arc grenade or our pulse grenade because of jolt of ions, and also because of the inherent fact that touch of thunder makes pulse grenades create ionic traces periodically. So in general, this is going to be a very strong build if you want a very arc heavy titan or melee heavy titan this season. And point contact cannon braces, thanks to this buff and giving us synergy with our 3.0 subclass, just makes this an even better exotic. I feel like this is going to be the new Dune March as well, because I did this in the PvP and this was actually doing a lot of work. Thanks to the added jolt and thanks to the damage of the thunderclap melee, you can hit multiple enemies at once and if you survive, you'll be able to hit those enemies with jolt and you can just clear out a whole bunch of enemies with this build. So I'm going to be doing a lot of gameplay with the new seasonal activity with this exotic, because I just feel like this new seasonal activity works because there's a lot of ads, there's a lot of enemies, and just, you know, you can clump them all together and just clear out a whole room of them with this exotic. So if you guys like this video, leave a comment and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscription and, you know, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any more weapons you want me to do a look over, let me know down in the comments as well. And with that, let's get into it.
Damn. Looks like the cranes blew their fuses. Gonna need you to roll up your sleeves and get in there. Looks like we got some maintenance to do. This old bucket's a few centuries old. I don't know, probably more. Be nice and gentle. Quick question. How do you feel about unfathomable depths and horrific abominations? Anyway, transmat firing. Uh, What's the saying? Many hands make light work? I don't know. Some of that stuff still looked pretty heavy.
I didn't see you lifting anything.
Hey! Ain't you a tactician? My job's the same. It's logistics.
Logistics.
I might have also been eating lunch.